Hey fellas, finally got a little bit more done on the truck. Got my tunnel made. I'll show you a little bit of that here in a little bit. It ain't the prettiest thing, but it will be functional. Got it put in, and it doesn't touch the transmission. And anyway, I ended up doing some research, and a couple people's like, well, what shifter are you running in your truck? So I ordered the Lokar Sport Shifter for the 6R80. Of course, I'm running the 6R140, so I don't know 100% how it's going to work out, but I did get it. I got it yesterday, so we're going to go ahead and unbox it here real quick. See what all came with the kit. So there's the shifter, and there's the part number right there. Hate when they take it away too soon. I always have to pause and go back. So, but that's the one I ordered. It's for the 6R80. Open this thing up. See what all the kit came with real quick. The guy at Lokar, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it, but if it ain't, sorry. The fellow there told me that this kit was definitely not designed for the 6R140, but it's a possibility that it may work. So there's all the transmission brackets and the new shifter arm. We'll see how that goes as far as putting that all on there. I ordered the 16-inch double bend shifter for this transmission, or for the truck, whichever one you want to call it. See how that goes. The knob's the mushroom type with the black Cerakote. So is the shaft. Everything's going to be black in the cab. For the moment, he said that most of these, everybody puts these in a console. I don't want to run the console, but just for room in the truck, they're small enough, and there's probably always going to be 3 of us in the cab. So we'll let's get this out here and see what the rest of it looks like. I did read somewhere online that these come locked in park for a reason. Shipped in the lock position, you see the directions. So there it is. It's now you'll see pictures on Summit and Jags where these are the gold metallic, and I called the guy because I couldn't figure out. I was like, oh, how do I know which one I'm getting? He's like, we all went to machined aluminum, completely fully billet aluminum, well, machined at least, shifters, and that's all we sell now. So there it is. Now this shifter has park, reverse, neutral, drive, and sport. And in sport it flips over and you can manually shift it. And that kind of matches what the 6R140 and the 6R80 is all set up to do. So there it is. That's the one I'm going to run. So there's the shifter. Let's see what else we got in here. Shift cable. And looks like some more of the shifting bracket that goes on the bottom of the shifter. A couple stickers and some directions. So, hey, look, you actually get. You don't have to print them out yourself on everything. That's nice. Sometimes it's okay to, if you need it and you lose them, but man, it's nice to have just an actual printed directions that come with your stuff. So anyway, that's it. That's it that came in the box. We'll get back with you when I get it installed, see how it goes. I'll let you know what all has to be changed and how well it works for this application. All right, we'll catch you later. So I just about forgot to show you the floor pan. Now don't laugh at it. It is my creation. I have no metalworking tools. It's all formed by hand. I cut and bent, and that's a lot harder than it looks. The fellas that do that metalwork, hats off to you fellas. I truly have always appreciated how you guys do that. I hope to never have to do anything without the right tools like that anymore. So anyway, it'll work. It's strong. It seems to do a pretty good job. See if we can get the shifter mounted to it and get underway. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Hey fellas, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the video of the installation of the shifter. I didn't think I was going to, but I'm just gonna follow the directions for the 6R80 and see how it applies to the 6R140. So if you guys want to follow along, this will be the Lokar Sport Shifter. I'm just going to go step by step with it and film as much as I can of it, and we'll see how it goes. So the first step was to add this black bracket here on the end. See, right in there looks pretty decent. So we're going to add that bracket, tighten it up, and see how it goes. So. All right, well, the next direction is we're going to figure out where it goes in the truck. So, I've already put the seat back in the truck. We'll set up in there and see if we can figure out a place where we want this thing. All right. Well, there it is, just sitting on top of the tunnel. I did order the 16-inch version. I might have got away with the 12. But that's got it slid pretty far as forward as it'll go. I don't know, I might move it over to the side just a little bit and re-level it with some spacers just to give the boy a little bit more room. But it definitely goes somewhere in that vicinity. So I'll figure that out real quick and I'll be back with you. Okay fellas, sad to say that I didn't get to video very much of it because I was struggling to get this to work right. So, like I say, this transmission, this isn't the right shifter for it, but it does work. Got the hole put in the floor. I've got it mounted. Don't judge me on my spacers. That's what I had to work with tonight. Nut inserted the through the floor pan to get it held in place. Shifter's a little tall, looks like I need to order a different one. This thing is set up for the 6 gears when you get it. I changed it to the 4 position to make it work right. So right now we're in park. Push the button in, pull it down, reverse, neutral. And then you push the button again for drive. It locks in, button comes up. It's locked in drive. Then you push the button again and it'll go into sport mode. Then you can go sideways and paddle shift. Well, shift up and down. How's that? So back to manual or sport. Back into drive, locks back in. Push the button again. Goes into neutral. Just push up on it. It goes into reverse, and when you click it into park. I'm going to reorder this handle with a single bend to come straight back, and only in a 12-inch. I didn't realize that was going to be that tall for where I was. So let me show you under the truck. There's a little bit of stuff that you have to do under the truck. So you can see the cable is running around and under my cross member, which I really didn't want to do, but it should be okay. I mean, so this transmission arm, let me get a little more light here. There we go, maybe that'll. The transmission arm on the transmission to begin with is actually up here for park. Park is clockwise and it's pushed all the way up. You have to take the arm off. And then I need to get a longer bolt for this. There's a pin sticking out of it. Cut the back off of it. The grinder, just grind it flat. And then I had to make a spacer because once you take and drive that arm out of her that's press fit, it's a 10mm OD. So I just cleaned up the hole with a 10mm drill bit and made a spacer, the 1/4 inch to 10mm, or 6mm to 1/4, or 6mm to 10mm. And then you put the bolt through that and put a washer on one side and the other, and that takes up all the play and keeps your arm centered. And it can't come out because it's smashed between the two washers. I made the spacer about 15 thousandths narrower than the thickness of the arm. That way it always has pressure on it one way or the other from the washers, so it's captive. The other thing you got to do is you have to bend this bracket just a little bit. You can see it there. It's bent past 90. You have to bend that to get because the lever's not long enough. They send an additional bracket that's, goes on there, but it won't fit this shaft because that hole there is not big enough for this transmission. So, and it appears that they make the thing a little longer at the same time, which, that probably helps it out a lot. So not only is the arm longer, it's actually stepped out and everything to make the cable work better. But for my application, I think that's came out really well. It shifts just fine. I guess we'll find out when I get it fired back up and all the wheels and tires and some brakes on it. So I'll probably tie this over just a little bit with a cable clamp right here, like a P-clamp. Hold that over away from the dry shaft. But it seems to be like that's going to work okay. The other thing is I thought about unmounting this from that bolt hole and this bolt hole and putting it on top of the transmission, because those holes were threaded all the way through, and putting a stud all the way through and nutting on top of that. And then the bracket would be the right height. It would put it above my cross member. There's some stuff to be desired there. And then I can straighten the bracket back out, and it probably will fix all of it. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how this works. If I don't like it, I'll change it later. So, all right, fellas, this is it for tonight. I'm tired. I'm going in the house. You all have a good day. We'll catch you later.